I'm Rita Crandall, and this is V-Bite. And man, Halloween kicked my booty. I am really, I need a break. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. We went to the Witches Ball, which was, as always, amazing. And I heard that the Anne Rice Ball and Endless Night and Bad Things were all amazing too. I think everybody did a knockout job this year. And I wish I could have gone to the mall like we usually do, but we were here late hours and it was just too difficult. So next year we're gonna have to see if we can't spread ourselves a little thinner. But anyway, I had an interesting concept last night. You know, anybody. Okay, this is I don't know how to exactly put this into words because it was a really cool thought I had. Um, Vampires live for eternity, right? And so last night I was watching a crazy movie called The 7 Year Itch, which is an old movie with Marilyn Monroe. And I wasn't going to watch the whole thing, but I started to watch it, and it was so campy. And oh, there goes Jacques. He just has to say his piece. Jacques, nobody wants to talk to you right now. Anyway, um, so I started to watch it, and I was about to change the channel because it was so kind of silly. And I thought about when it first came out, my parents, I know that it was a movie that they talked about. And I started thinking about how risque it was for its time. And I mean, it really was for nowadays, I mean, they never, that famous shot of Marilyn Monroe where they show her skirt pulling up. They never showed her when the skirt was actually going up a little bit. They never showed over her, really just above her knees, I believe it was. And then they would show her top half and then just that bottom half. So it was very, nicely done. But for the time, it was very risque. And the way she put her feet up on this guy's air conditioning unit. Anyway, my whole point is, I ended up thinking to myself, get more into the movie and how people felt in that time frame. And the main actor, he made a Cosmopolitan, totally different than we would make a Cosmopolitan now, and about how he wanted to commit adultery. It was really intense. And so I started to get into the vibe of how people in that day felt. And so really, we can backtrack being vampires if you just rent old movies. I thought about how few people in their teens are ever going to watch The 7 Year Itch. Like, why would they? But if you really want to experience the time frame, you can start, I mean, really getting into that feeling. I mean, I really did. I made a martini myself, and I sat there thinking about what that time frame was like and how people felt during that time while watching the movie. And it amplified it to a whole different level. So, if you like to watch old movies, you kind of probably know what I mean. But this particular one, like I said, it was kind of campy. Anyway, check it out. If you know what I'm talking about, anybody can be a vampire backtracked. You can have lived through centuries if you go backwards and experience these old movies and get the feel of what people were living. We'll see you tomorrow night on V-Bite.